Okay, welcome. Today we're going to talk about the 7 human needs. Okay, we're talking about human needs psychology and the 7 human needs. So human needs are something that psychologists have been studying for hundreds of years and trying to understand what do all human beings have in common in terms of their underlying needs. And so today I'm going to share with you the 7 human needs. And a lot of different coaches and psychologists have talked about the human needs because it's very important in terms of understanding what it is that my client's talking about and what it is that they need. Because most of the time they don't know what they need. That's our job as coaches, to help them identify what their needs are. So human needs psychology is a useful background to helping people understand. So let's go through the 7 human needs. Okay, number 1, we're going to talk about the need for security. Security is a need that humans, animals all have, and the need is often demonstrated by how much insurance we buy, by the houses we build, the gates, the security systems, but it's an important need that human beings have to feel secure. And one thing that's important to understand about human needs is that for some people, they need a lot of it to feel a 10 out of 10 secure. And for others, they're going to need much less and they feel fully secure. So one guy is buying all the insurances and has all the securities. And the other guy, he's jumping out of airplanes and he just checks his parachute once or twice, make sure that everything's good, and he's ready to jump out the airplane. So one of the tools here is to look at each of the needs as we go through them, and you can rate yourself in terms of how filled up you feel, 0 to 10. 0 is I don't feel like I have any of this at all. 10 is I feel totally full. I have plenty of it. And you can go through and rate yourself, and then further down the road when you're working with clients, use these tools to help your clients understand how it is that they're doing in each of these areas. So number 1 is security. Okay. Number 2, and you'll see that a lot of these needs sometimes have that need, and then the opposing need is variety. The second need is variety. So yes, I want security. I want to make sure that tomorrow looks similar to today. I have tomorrow what I have today, and I want to make sure we're secure. But I also don't want every day to look exactly the same, because that's boring, right? I don't want to be bored. People need stimulation. So we get a lot of our stimulation from variety and having things be a little bit different. And some people, they're getting variety from jumping out of airplanes, as I mentioned, parachuting, parasailing, whatever it may be, just wild stuff, base jumping, really fun stuff. They need lots of variety, lots of world travel, and that's what gets them to 10 out of 10. And then other people, they'll put a little pepper on their mashed potatoes and woohoo, super excited about all the flavor of having some extra pepper in their mashed potatoes. They're feeling a 10 out of 10. So it's completely subjective. So number 1, security, and the opposing need, variety. And check out how much you need in each of these areas to feel a 10 out of 10. So if you're a little low in any of these areas, what do I need to do is the coaching question. What do I need to do to get myself up a notch? Okay, third need, very important need for human beings, the need for connection. Okay, and the connection can be between humans, can be between humans and animals and nature and God and the cosmos and the universe and our souls and ourselves. And there's so many different ways that human beings get their need for connection met. But this is something that you hear a lot of people kind of feeling that something's missing. The number is a little bit low in their need for connection. And they're talking about the relationships, and you realize, okay, we're talking about connection here. That's what's bothering them. And a coach is going to help them come up with an action plan to get more connection that is subjectively, personally satisfying for them. So this isn't about someone else saying, oh, you have a lot of great friendships. If you don't feel that way, then it doesn't really count. It's about how you feel. What do you need to feel really satisfied in this area of connection? So that's the third need. Again, opposing need. The next one, number 4, is the need for freedom or independence, where I feel that I am close to people, and that's great. Again, could be with the last need. Someone could have 100 friends, and that's what they need, and others, 1 or 2 deep friends, they're taken care of. But the fourth need is for freedom and independence, which means I need my own space. Everybody has a different way of satisfying this need of having a sense of control. You see, even with little kids, you know, they want to exert their control. They want to show that, no, I'm the boss here. You know, I'm not getting in the bath. So you can say, okay, do you want to get in the bath now or in 5 minutes? Give them the choice, but they're going in the bath. But every human being has a need for freedom or independence. So for some people, that means, lots of freedom, lots of independence. They want total control of their day and everything. And others, they, have half an hour in the evening that they get to control their own time in the way that they want, and they're feeling pretty good in that area. So it's important for you to identify that need. Freedom, independence, control, all pretty much similar, deeper need. Number 5, significance. Okay, wow, really important need to feel like I matter, to feel that people value me, and to feel that I really value myself. And I see a lot of clients really struggling with this, and I think the biggest reason is because we're getting our value from outside of ourselves. We're getting our value from external sources. And I'm going to talk about this in a whole nother video about the valued self, about where it is that we get our sense of significance from. But this is a really core issue for people of where you're getting your value from. And ideally, one of the tools that we're going to teach in this program is how to help people stop getting their value from outside of themselves and start getting their value from inside of themselves, their need for significance met internally versus externally. Next need is number 6, is the need for growth. So human beings have a need to grow. If we're not growing, we feel like, something inside of us is not happening for us. We start getting a little depressed, a little anxious. We may not know what's going on, and it's because we have a need for growth. And for some people, in order to feel that they're growing, they need to be learning new languages, and they need to be, kind of one self-help per day, one self-help book per day, different programs, and constantly going to conferences. And they want to be growing and learning all the time, and that's how they get to attend. And for other people, they may have one of those little calendars that has a new word each day, and that satisfies their need for growth. So for each of us, it's different of what we need to feel that we're growing. And as we develop, sometimes that changes a little bit. We want a little more. We want it a little different. We're interested in new subjects, in new ways of growth. Maybe the growth is personal growth. Maybe it's physical growth, our health, whatever it may be. So that's number 6. And then the last one, very important. All of these are very important, but this is often overlooked, is the need for contribution. Is people have a need to feel that they're making a difference, to feel that they're being of service, to feel that they're helping. And again, that can be something that is satisfied in different ways for different people. For some people, they're going to be building their own nonprofit and helping the needy, and hundreds of people, thousands of people are going to be impacted. And for other people, their contribution is going to be, putting on a smile and being nice to asking how the person at the checkout counter is doing at the grocery store, and being a nicer person and being happy. Maybe there's someone who's, suffering and dealing with a lot of personal pain themselves, often physical pain or emotional pain. And for them, their contribution is going to be to put on a smile during the day and to be a little kinder to other people despite what they're going through. So as coaches, we're not here to judge. No, I don't think you're doing enough for contribution. It's all, about the client. And is the client satisfied in each of these areas? And if not, what is the plan, which you'll learn through the course of this program is supposed to be primarily designed by the client with our help and assistance, but it's not about us judging or telling or advising. We're asking the client to really access their own inner wisdom, their own inner guide, to figure out what is it that they want to do with each of these areas to start getting themselves away from, the lower numbers and towards the higher numbers, towards thriving. Thanks for joining us in this class. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.